you've got I think probably a window still to use the English language and the attraction of the historic quality of our higher education, haven't we? I think we've got to build on that rather rapidly.
We've got an enormous opportunity, the English language for one, and the fact that actually so many students from abroad come here, because your visit to China, by the way, did yield benefits. I mean, the truth is, we're up there now with the best in the world at attracting students from all over the world to come and study here. And those people go back, not just having studied in the English language, but also with some tie to our country.
One big issue I just would not be forgiven if I didn't explore with you is that on the back of the global meltdown, all sorts of change is happening in the world. And apart from your Faith Foundation and your pro bono work in the Middle East and Africa and elsewhere, you've obviously got tremendous experience in the business world globally. And I just wondered what the messages were from you in terms of how we come out of that global meltdown and how we give people confidence in the professions, and particularly moving to advanced manufacturing as well as retaining what we can of our service sector.
I think what is really important in the aftermath of the financial crisis is that we learn the right lessons from that, which I think are all about how you understand and track the use of the new financial instruments today in what is an increasingly interconnected economy. But I think what's really important is that we don't, as it were, discard some lessons that are very obvious and that survived the financial crisis. And one of those is that the world is more interdependent today, that if you want the most business opportunities, it is in many ways about connecting the ideas of the developed world with the emerging markets that are coming through, and in fact all the way through the financial crisis have been growing strongly. And one great way of doing that is through the extension of links in the higher education. So, I think, yes, there are serious lessons about the way we operate our financial system, but I still very much believe in an open economy. I think it's important that we get the right partnerships between public and private sector, and I think the single biggest thing that's going on in the world today is the possibility of the right partnerships between developed and developing world. And many of those partnerships are going to result in not just improvements in the developing world that need that, the management expertise, often intellectual capital, quality investment from the developed world, but also in the developed world itself, where we need new markets for our goods, and where we need increasingly to move up the value-added chain in areas like advanced manufacturing in order to succeed.
And continuing reform in higher education?
Absolutely, that should carry on.
Public-private links, for instance, which we were just beginning to move towards all those years ago.
Well, if you look at the world today, the one thing that is absolutely clear is that there is a permanent revolution going on of change. And this is very discomforting for people at one level. It's also very exciting, by the way, at another level. It offers enormous opportunity, but only for people who are prepared to constantly to reassess, to reevaluate, and to adjust. And that is as true in higher education as it is if you're, in the financial sector or in manufacturing. Anyone who stays still gets left behind.